These are 5 things that you need to do in order to change your life. Number 1, change your environment. It's going to be hard to change your life if you're waking up in the same environment every single day. Clean your room, rearrange your bed, put the TV on the other side, paint your walls, do something to give your room a different vibe. Because your old habits will be attached to that environment that you woke up in every single day. Brain is in the cycle of doing these habits, so when you change your environment, you throw your brain off a little bit. Now you can make changes. Speaking of changes, number 2, change what you watch. Stop feeding your mind with so much entertainment and bullshit. It's keeping you in the same spot. Start watching more motivational videos. Start watching more videos of people living the life that you want to live. Mind manifests your reality, so feeding your mind with healthy and motivational things will help you manifest your life that way. Speaking of healthy, change your diet. Your diet is more important than you think. Healthy foods give you a healthy mood. You will be more happier. You will have more energy. You will get more things done. You will be more creative. Start eating real organic fruit every day. You won't regret it. Number 4, change your friend group. If your friends is not on this elevation journey with you, you do not need to be around them. Your friends can have a big influence on your decisions, on your motivation, on your frequency. Your friends on bullshit while you trying to elevate, that's gonna stunt your growth. Find friends that's just like you. Number 5, get my ebook on how to fully change your life. I talk about all this in more detail. I wrote this book after I got myself out of depression and when I was feeling stuck in life. I was able to get myself from the ground up and be able to explain exactly what I did.
Didn't we get a shot for that? Pan-Africanism is the belief in the unity of all black people and their cultural connection to Africa. It says that the blood and history we share binds us together as strongly as any national border. One people, many lands. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I feel it.
You know what I really hate? Because girls don't got the strength as niggas. They don't. I grew up around the other girls. I hate when girls be like, oh, I'm a dog, I'm a man, I act just like a nigga out here. No, y'all don't, baby. No, y'all don't. No, it's just not. It's y'all just soft. Y'all females. It's the estrogen, baby. It's not happening. You cannot move like a nigga. You cannot think like a nigga. You cannot act like a man. It's just not happening. And I want y'all to stop lying to yourself, telling yourself that y'all want these niggas to tell y'all the truth. No, y'all don't. Baby, nobody don't want to hear no motherfucking truth. And then when a nigga do start telling y'all the truth, y'all start bugging the fuck out and losing it, which is why the nigga lied to you in the first place. And what the fuck a nigga telling me the truth for? Bitch, you're that bold. Bitch, you don't give a fuck about me that much. When I tell niggas the truth, I don't give a fuck about them. They like my little side niggas. I'm not that invested. So here's the truth. Take it or leave. My bitch that I love, like, I'm in the field. Bitch, I'm not telling you. I'm Jody.
Motherfucker right here is a hypocrite. Saucy Santana said he hates when women try to act like men. He wants y'all to stop lying to yourselves. How about he take his own advice, because he's literally a man that's trying to be a woman. How the fuck you gonna talk about women trying to act like men when you literally doing the same shit they doing but in reverse? Honestly, I don't like motherfuckers that try to act like something that's not the gender that they was born as. If you was born a woman, act like a woman. If you was born a man, act like a man. That's how I personally feel. But this motherfucker right here trying to tell someone else to be they self is the most craziest shit ever to me, because you literally is not yourself. You like an uncle, auntie or some shit. I don't know. But he ain't say shit wrong. It's just the right message, wrong motherfucking messenger. And if you try to make bread without working a job, check out the bio. You can run up moolah through your phone.
I hate when girls be like, oh, I'm a dog, I'm a man, I act just like a nigga out here. No, y'all don't, baby. No, y'all don't. No, it's just not. It's y'all just soft. Y'all females. It's the estrogen, baby. It's not happening. You cannot move like a nigga. You cannot think like a nigga. You cannot act like a man. It's just not happening.
I don't smoke weed no more because I found out it was fake and GMO and it was messing up my lungs. Because you know they make most of the weed today in labs, and you know most of it comes out hybrids. So you're not really smoking real weed. You smoking stuff from factories. Real weed comes from nature. But I could tell you what I have been using. I've been using this Egyptian Blue Lotus tincture. This calms my mind, give me that buzz I need, that mood I need in order to stay focused. It keeps me in tune with myself. And even if I'm trying to go deeper, if I'm trying to tap in with myself, go through a meditation, talk to my ancestors, man, this got everything I need, man. It's all natural and it's organic and holistic, man. Go beyond 5D to get it, man, before it's all gone, for real. So if you a weed smoker, cigarette smoker, here is the solution, bro. You don't need to stay on them GMOs. Peace.
You strip yourself of those ideas of like, blaming the white man for everything. We're gonna ascend even greater because there's this imaginary cloak of oppression that we feel is over every situation that we have. And I would love for us to remove that. And it's like I said, we've been programmed to not walk in our regalness in this country. But when you go to Africa, you straighten up a little different.
So there are reports out of China now that scientists have found a cure for diabetes, and the American pharmaceutical industry is not happy about it. There are now examples of Chinese patients receiving this experimental stem cell therapy and after about 11 weeks no longer requiring insulin, which I imagine is something that sounds amazing to people with diabetes, no longer having to poke yourself. But it doesn't sound amazing to giant American pharmaceutical companies like Eli Lilly, who currently dominate the insulin market and use it to make billions of dollars. And this has been very controversial as they've regularly increased the price of insulin, knowing that it's a necessary commodity that people with diabetes need to survive. And this is extra disgusting because the inventor of insulin, Frederick Banting, originally sold a patent for $1, saying that insulin doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the world. And if people can be cured of diabetes so they no longer need insulin, obviously that would really cut into the demand for this product and cut into their profits. And here we see the contradictory nature of the for-profit American healthcare system. Innovation and advancements in medical technology are actually disincentivized if they have the potential to cure the patient and make it so they're no longer a repeat customer for the pharmaceutical industry. So much for capitalism promoting innovation and socialism destroying it. In reality, it's the opposite.
They get the food from the earth for free, but charge us for it. We fighting the wrong group of fucking people. We fighting each other instead of fighting the real fucking crooks. They get water for free and put it in the bottle and charge us for it. How the fuck they do that? And we fighting the wrong motherfucking group of people.
Labradorite and lapis lazuli, which is why to this day labradorite is expensive as fuck because it is known as the magical stone because it is. Look at it. And people will get it right and not even know how to activate it. They won't know what to do. They'll just have it and collect it. Look, and they know that. They know that. And they'll never tell y'all really about it. They got people making videos, don't know nothing about this shit, all on YouTube lying to you. But look, you see this? Well, you can tap into all that. You see this? Like, these are real properties in here that they ain't gonna never tell you about. They just gonna let you, these are crystals. I mean, with any of them though, all of them, even this. All of them though. Crystals are weapons, boy. You playing with a high frequency of weapons when you're dealing with crystals, because you can use them for good or bad. Most people don't know that yet. Most people don't know that yet, but when they find out. Right now, it's getting in just to wear them. That's how it starts. People gonna start tapping in a minute, activating them in a minute.
Phenomenal thing about Drake is he's a shapeshifter. We seen him be the R&B lover boy. We seen him be rah-rah next to the D-boy.
But he's never shifted into the shape of like the black man.
He's tried and we didn't accept him when he's doing it. He has those records. Favorite Drake records are records where he's actually talking some conscious shit, like the heat of the moment. Like, he got records and he can do that. We don't accept that. We're not gonna accept some light-skinned from Canada talking about, free the slaves.
I have the latest report, sir.
What is it?
We successfully have poor people arguing about race and whether they're red or blue.
Good work.
Furthermore, we have everybody else too focused on other countries rather than their own.
Great work.
Lastly, poor people are fighting other poor people rather than fighting the rich, oppressing them.
Flawless victory.
Everyone is angry, low vibrational, and distracted as requested, but I must ask, why did you have me do all of this, sir?
We're going to pass a bill that takes away all of their rights and gives us total control over the American public.
But what if the public finds out about our plans?
We'll make sure they continue to be distracted by things such as skin color and wars in other countries while we destroy our own from the inside.
So you're a genius! What about the Americans that are paying attention?
We'll make the bill over 900 pages long and whisper sweet nothings in their ear, and then in tiny writing, we'll put what we really want to do.
Such as forcing women to have kids so we have more workers for the future?
Absolutely.
But sir, what if they come together for once and actually stand against us?
They can't.
I don't know, sir. This bill's pretty outrageous. The public might just stand against us this time.
Some of them are defending the bill.
No.
They read it and are still defending the bill.
What would compel them to do that, sir?
Just to oppress somebody else. Just to silence somebody else. They're willing to go in the middle.
They still believe their enemy is other poor people.
Absolutely.
Well, just so you know, the public's saying they're ready for a revolution. They said they'll stop paying taxes.
Stop paying taxes. Who do
They said I'm spreading hate. Amazing. Black people are the perpetrators of violence, but we don't have a history of violence against nobody. Isn't it amazing? Soon when you talk black consciousness, soon when you talk African liberation, you preaching hate. But the Asians are at the Supreme Court trying to destroy affirmative action, but they not accused of hate speech. I said the Asians, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, they at the Supreme Court destroying affirmative action, and ain't nobody called it hate speech yet. I said the damn Asians is at the Supreme Court destroying affirmative action, and ain't nobody said a word about hate speech. Hold on. Why the Asians aren't accused of hate speech? They want to destroy affirmative action. They don't give a damn if another black person go to a white college again in life. Where the hate speech at? Where the hate speech at, brothers and sisters? Huh? Where the hate speech at? I ain't seen a European Jew invite a black person inside a synagogue yet. Where the hate speech at? I ain't seen a European Jew invite an African inside of a synagogue yet. Where the hate speech at? You damn defend my slave master Negroes, you sick. Most of our people are psychologically insane. Most of our people are psychologically insane.
Y'all be acting like y'all tired of participating in this matrix and going to work and paying bills and yada, yada, yada. Y'all act like that, right? But I know for a fact that y'all lying. Because when the pandemic happened and they had all our ass sitting down in the house, y'all was out there in the streets creating signs, yelling, telling them y'all want to go back to work. That's when I knew y'all wasn't serious. That's when I knew, yo, if we ever had to come together and shut this shit down collectively, y'all ain't ready. Because soon as the pandemic happened, y'all was ready. Y'all, we want to go to work. We want to work. We want our jobs back. That was y'all. That was y'all in these pandemic streets. Yelling to go back to work. Yelling to get back in the rat race. So that's how I know y'all not serious when, if it really came to time to us to be called to collectively end this shit. Y'all ain't ready for real. A bunch of bots.
I can tell you this. I have meditated for decades. I have read the Bible. I have read the Bhagavad Gita. I have read the Zohar, which is a Kabbalistic book. I have read the teachings of Buddha from cover to freaking cover. I have read portions of the Quran. I have been to Bali. I have studied Hinduism. I have been to Peru. I have sat with shamans. I have been in sweat lodges. I have imbibed plant medicines. Over these last freaking 20 years, I have freaking done more spiritual stuff than you can probably imagine or would want to even know about. Because I promise you, some of those experiences were not easy, especially the ayahuasca experiences. And this is what I can tell you for an absolute fact. There ain't no sky daddy. There ain't no Jesus coming to save you. You know who's going to save you? You going to save you. There ain't no God in the heavens that you have to obey. No, can we just liberate people? Can we just be liberated? There is no God in the heaven that you have to obey.
Never play mommy to no man. If his mother couldn't do it, there's nothing you can do. If he's down on, look, baby, I need some money for gas. No, that's not your responsibility. Hey, baby, can I come live with you? I have nowhere to go. No, that's not your responsibility. Hey, baby, I need a haircut. Not your responsibility. Hey, baby, I need some clothes. Not your responsibility. If this man is not coming into your life to lead you, he's coming into your life to be led. And it's not your job to lead no man, especially when his mother couldn't do it. And if his mother couldn't do it, he's coming to you with all types of mommy issues. Now he's going to say, you're being hard on me when you tell him to do better. Why are you raising your voice at me when you're still speaking low? Because he's dealing with unresolved mommy issues. Never play mommy to a grown man or you will end up taking care of him.
Okay, so a lot of people always ask me, when did you realize you were different or tapped in spiritually? And that was back in 1996 when Bone Thugs and Harmony came out with Crossroads. Y'all remember this infamous intro that had everybody shook? I had to repost the video because TikTok removed the sound, so I apologize. But just peep what's going on in the video to get the message. The part that really had me shook is coming up now. In walks the intermediary between the spiritual world and the physical world,
the gatekeeper, also known as Papa Legba. And what I learned is that they kept us fearful of connecting with the spiritual world and our ancestors. But now that I'm more tapped in on a spiritual level, I realize there is nothing to fear. And sometimes it's necessary to go to those crossroads and to connect with your ancestors.
I knew when I was 9 I was going to be able to decode this video eventually. Because even though it had me so creeped out, I always used to pay attention to it so hard. I didn't know what was going on in the video. I just knew that something was resonating with my soul, but I couldn't figure out if I was scared or if I was intrigued, or both. Along my spiritual journey, I realized exactly what it is that I needed to know. Without saying too much, I'm going to just say this. Just know that every war that was fought wasn't fought with weapons. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony, who had my mind wide open at the tender age of 9. Y'all also had your girl scared, I ain't gonna lie. So the moment I realized I was different, to answer the question, is when I realized that I wasn't fearful like everybody else around me. Especially when I found out that this is our culture, this is who we are as a people. This is who we've always been. We just let others come in, demonize our shit, and have us fearful of the very thing that will help us defeat our own oppressors.
Our generation is so spineless, and it pisses me off because y'all were the first ones talking about, oh, in the civil rights movement, I would have done this, they would have never did this to me, but you're buying Lululemon. Not only buying, but promoting Lululemon. And then y'all be like, oh, I'm not buying it, my boyfriend's buying it. You're still putting money in Lululemon's pocket. $118 for the pants, $118 for the tops, and y'all have multiple sets. After the CEO clearly said he does not want black people in his stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but something similar happened with Gucci years ago, and black people are still rocking and showing off their Gucci to this day. I finished the Kanye documentary yesterday, and something that he said stuck with me. He said that he made culture his God, and now he was choosing to bring God into the culture. But I think that we as black people collectively, we make culture our God. The aesthetics of looking wealthy, the aesthetics of looking upper class, the flyness, the whole spiel, y'all. And I get it, our culture is ultimately what we are, but I think at some point we exchange a little bit of something we should have never gave up. And I don't really know how to verbalize it, but just think to Kendrick's this when he said you a body shamer, that's not how your mama raised you. And you think of Drake and you think of how big he is and what he represents and the music he makes, and you hear him, he's a vibe, you know what I'm saying? But then when we get into the morale and his character and all these different things, it's like, I know what you are, which is a lot of people, a lot of black people who have the spotlight on them, a lot of black people who have the culture in a grip. It's like collectively we like, just vibe, twin, like don't look too deep into it, just vibe. I feel like that's why we are exactly where we are. I think that the culture that we're sneaking into our culture, the things that we accept, the things that we welcome into our culture are becoming antithetical to what we are, who we are, what we represent, the things we've been through. You know what I mean?
Sexy Red is the perfect representation of what the white man thinks all black women are. Uh-oh, I just opened up a can of worms. This is in no way to hate on her because I love Sexy Red, but that doesn't mean we can't acknowledge this. I also think that is why she's allowed in so many spaces. For one, she supports Trump, which I don't get because she's the very image of everything he hates. And for two, she's unapologetic. She's 100% herself, which benefits her because that is what they think every black woman is like. And I think that she takes up space for other black women in the industry that don't act like that. I think she gets pushed because of who she represents herself to be. Once again, because it feeds their image of what every black woman is supposed to be. And I don't think that this is her fault because she's herself. And I don't necessarily think that it's the industry's fault either because people do love her. So I don't know whose fault it is. But I also do think it's kind of ironic that the people who seem to hate her the most are black men, but they are who she claims to love the most.
I might not fuck with you, but I'm not out here talking bad about you either. You just don't matter to me no more.
This is what they call purified water, better known as recycled toilet water. And you telling me this is not hybrid? Is this hybrid? You don't even know nothing about this. All right here, served up me and Rod some bottled water. And you're gonna tell me, drink 8 glasses of this a day? Come on, Doc. You need to sit down. Let me teach you something. You telling me to drink 8 glasses of water a day. This is blank. I can only put 8 glasses of water in my body for the day. You telling me to use that entire capacity to put in 8 glasses of blank, nothing, empty water only to hydrate. Why should I not put in 8 glasses of watermelon water, period? This is spring water flavored watermelon. This is water. That's why they name it watermelon. Melon flavored water. 99% water. So when you're eating this, you're actually drinking water. Bottled water. Perfectly bottled. At the farm. At the source. And all you got to do is open it and eat your water. What better water but somebody is going to sell me this. And the amount of money they charge me for this today.
It's time to take control of your health. Come with me to discover the basic principles that will empower you to have the vibrant life you have been hoping and praying your whole life.
You gotta understand, and this is sad, and I'm gonna say this. A lot of times, only in the black communities do parents expect their kids to take care of them. Because majority of times in the white communities, they already live in the suburbs. They already living good. They already got their in order. They credit already right. So when they kid make it, they like, no, you take care of you and your family. Me and your dad's fine. We don't need nothing. When us make it, your third cousin is sitting around talking about how much that contract was for. Man, he got 10 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If he just came through and gave all us 50,000, he had still had 9 million left. Like, it ain't simple like that.
Not even thinking.
I'm just gonna come drop a 50 ball on you for nothing, because you my cousin.
Yeah, not even thinking the 10 turned into 5, and only if you got a good accountant.
Did you know that we are all telepaths, but we forgot how to use our superpowers? I'm about to give it back to you. The reason why so many people are not telepaths no more, you can blame the cell phones, Wi-Fi, laptops, emails. All these devices took away our superpowers. If you want to be a telepath and get your superpowers back, you can start with this process right here. Get in contact with someone you know. Tell them to go outside and bury their feet in soil. Then you bury your feet in soil and tell them to quiet their mind. And I guarantee y'all will have a one-on-one conversation. But before you start this process, make sure you don't have no technology around you. This technique will work with anyone. I don't care if they in another city, another state, another country. All y'all have to do is bury your feet in the soil at the same time, quiet your mind, and you will hear each other's thoughts. This is the main reason why we are no longer connected with each other. We don't know how to ground no more. Grounding is one of the greatest forms of reconnecting with the source or the roots to everything. This process of you burying your feet, it actually comes from the trees. The reason why the trees live so long is because they are connected to the source. Their roots actually make them be in contact with every tree on this planet. So if one tree is sick, another tree can send medicine through its roots to heal another tree. If anyone you know is sick, try this technique. Go and bury your feet in the soil and watch how the energy actually changes everything in your physical body. If you can go hug a tree and the tree can take all your negative energy away from you, just imagine what can happen if you put your feet in the soil. Let me show you this image. This is tree roots. This is our nervous system. Don't the tree roots and our nervous system look the same? Our spinal cord is the antenna in our physical body that connects us with the universe. Just think about this right here for a moment. Why do you think they put an epidural in the woman's back before she have a baby? It's because they know the epidural is going to break our antenna that connect us to our past lives.
What people tend to forget is having money don't make you better than nobody. Because at any given time, that money can be taken away and start rolling in. Now what? You should be basing the true value over the contents of the character. Because a lot of people's character and they moods and they personalities don't be given that.
Whoever was in charge of assigning Men's Mental Health Awareness Month on Gay Pride Month has mastered their craft, because the male loneliness epidemic is our reward for centuries of homophobia. The two things are forever linked. Nobody supports men's mental health. Yeah, because holding up the next man is gay, right? You can see it even as young as kids like 6, 7, 8 years old. I do a lot of mentorship, right? They are absolutely terrified to be caught by their peers doing anything that's associated with femininity, even things like gentleness, kindness, thoughtfulness, right? Under fear of being called gay or not manly
funny enough. And this thought process only gets more warped and twisted the older they get. Liking women too much is considered gay. If I was to get on this app right here and start talking about, I love women so much, the way they smell, the way they look, the way they talk, the way they act, that's how I feel about black women. But if I were to make a 5-minute video about it, right, what are people going to call me? Soft, panderer, beta male, a lesser man, gay. Now, homophobia at this point has created a vacuum where men can only fill it with things like loneliness, isolation, hypermasculinity, hypersexuality. Why is that? Because the only straight way to show affection is with a romantic partner. And this typically creates two realities. Either one, you end up burdening the other person with the entirety of your mental and emotional well-being, right? Or two, because you've cut off these thoughts and feelings for so long, you're unable to emotionally express yourself. I get so irritable sometimes when people be like, oh, men are better friends than women. We don't be falling out over nothing. We should. We need to fall out about more. Only spaces you can show affection to another man in are sports and music, right? Like if I were to say, oh, my best friend is 6 years. I haven't seen him in a month, man. I can't wait to see him later on tonight. That would be quite queer of me. But if I were to say, oh, I can't wait to see Gunna in concert later on tonight, that's totally socially acceptable. Like I used to be a college athlete, and one of my friends is a wide receiver at UCLA, and we walking around campus one day, and people are coming up just, oh my gosh, bro, you went crazy last night, you so da-da-da. And it's an audience primarily of men showing love and affection because it's within the context of sports, and that's socially acceptable. As soon as that context is removed, so is the love and affection, right? And I think that's why so many people turn into absolute burnouts as soon as their sporting careers are over. Going from experiencing camaraderie, affection, kindness every single day between your teammates and your general community to just zero in day-to-day life is jarring, bro. The average man can name an obscure compliment they received platonically 3 years ago because it's so rare that they receive one. You've ever just been outside with a woman, you know their reality is completely different. They're constantly being showered with compliments and giving them, right? I love your hair. I love your glasses. I love your eyes. I love your smile, right? And I think sometimes this can create a twinge of jealousy that you see a lot, especially on the internet, right? Where people feel like, oh, women's lives are so much easier. No, the biggest difference is that as a straight man, it's not enough to just be straight. You have to prove you're straight every single day. That is not natural. And I'm not on here to smut nobody or be like, men are trash, because I understand most of us are doing our best. We just trapped in a system that wasn't founded by us. But at any given time, you can really walk out that cage, bro. There are no locks. There are no guards. You know what I'm saying? There's no shackles. And I'm just giving free game that was given to me. But free guys,
So there's a trend going around about blocking celebrities, and I am all for it. I want y'all to block every damn celebrity. Block Beyonce, block Drake, block Kendrick Lamar, block every celebrity at the Met Gala. Block them all. As it has been said before, these people have all the opportunity to make change in this world. And instead of using their platform to talk about shit that matters, they use it to make themselves money. That's it. Fuck them. Block them. Our attention allows them the wealth of their reality. We can deny that to them by just ignoring them.
No matter how hard it is to be black in this world, I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Like, I really love this shit with every fiber of my being, I promise you. I could be reincarnated 1,000 times, and every single time with zero hesitation, I would choose to be black. Like, this shit really fun as hell, y'all, and I know it ain't easy, best believe me. And I know it's frustrating feeling like we always trying to overcome some shit. And I understand why it's hard for a lot of black people to have hope or see the light at the end of the tunnel. But for me and me personally, and maybe I'm just idealistic, maybe I'm naive, shit, maybe I'm even crazy, but there's not a single thing in this entire universe that will ever make me not believe in my people. Like, I really believe in us. We have overcome so much, and we have done so many amazing things, and we are continuing to do so many amazing things. And we have constantly raised the bar on what it means to be a human being. And the things that we have solely contributed to humanity alone is just insane, bro. We are honestly the blueprint. Everybody want to be like us. They just don't want to admit it. They want all of our rhythm, but none of our blues, I promise you. And I really have this undying belief that the future is a lot brighter than a lot of us believe in. And I don't know if I just have this ability to find the beauty even within our current circumstances, but this shit feel like walking poetry for real.
Let me just do a little reminder for the people in the front and the back, the east and west. You heard? We are all slaves. Either you're a self-employed slave, an entrepreneur slave, a 9-to-5 slave, overnight slave, teacher slave, doctor slave. We got all slaves. It don't matter. You remember how slavery was back in the day? You had slaves that made the babies, slaves that worked on this farm, slaves that took care of the kids, slaves that did. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're just a different type of slave. I want us to all really get in our heads that no matter how much money you make, anything can happen to you for you to be right where the next person is. You are not exempt from the society that you're living in because you make extra zeros. I'm sorry. And once we all get on that page and start to realize that we're all in this together, unless you are the billionaire, we're going to continue to have these problems. I'm tired. I'm tired.